Donald Trump the president, feel like I can do anything. Practice what you preaching, these people will tell you anything. I got plenty sense, all expenses paid on the money train. I got plenty sense, all expenses paid on the money train. They can't fuck with me, 50 animal, I'm just too deranged. I gave you a shot, you fucked it up, nothing to explain. Give it all you got, it's simple, you got your soda game. I feel like I'm trying, funny they.
Alright, so y'all already know what it is, man. It's the Art Noise clocking in on the cam, man. Sitting with the beautiful weirdo, man, Raymond Taylor, man. That's Raymond Taylor 2 TOO on Instagram, man. Make sure y'all go and spam this guy, man. Very smart, intellectual person, man. So let's chop it up for a little bit. So tell the people about, like, you know, some of the stuff that you got going on with you.
Talk about what I'm prioritizing. So right now, y'all at my thrift store. I make it like a vintage thrift shop. You come, pull up, bring your clothing. You can remake your clothing, or you can come shop. There's racks of clothing in there, shoes and stuff like that. Just bringing that like candy lady store to the fashion world. You know what I'm saying? Making it the whole experience when people come to Miami. Finished the mixtape. I got a whole body of music and I put a mixtape together. So I'm dropping a mixtape like February, March.
Man, the cover art for your single though, let's talk about how that worked, because man, if y'all seen the cover art for this jump, man, we talk about speechless. It speaks volume, and it's already doing numbers just from the cover art. So imagine what the song's gonna sound like. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the cover art came about because I went to a mentor of mine, Corey Evans, CO. He used to sound the slip and slide back in the day. He was actually the first person to slide the slip and slide back in the day before Chicken Chicken. But after I got the mixtape done, I wanted guidance to see ideas of like single, what should be a single, like stuff like that.
To make sure it's the right one, so it can pop.
I mean, not just the right one. I'm gonna put out multiple singles just to get like people that I really admire, their ear for music, and like their connections in the game. I just wanted to pay attention and see what he had to say. So
and having to gravitate to it too.
Yeah, so I went to see him. I played him my songs. Like, yo, all of these are fire, but with what's going on right now with the impeachment and with the war, bro, you definitely got to drop that Donald Trump song. Because he didn't know the name of it. He just heard the chorus.
Okay.
And the chorus starts off like, Donald Trump the president, feel like I can do anything. So when he heard that, he was like, bro. And then we kind of talked about the cover art in the time. Like, the mixtape is called the Cultures Champ. So like, the Cultures Champ is basically, I feel like, who I am in the creative space. I'm the Cultures Champ of creative because I'm the creative that's like gonna go to war for. Most creatives are like passive.
And they're very sensitive and
not
as risque.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like I'm like the John Hoffa of the creatives. Like I'm gonna start a worker union for creatives.
Giving creators opportunities and jobs and
exactly.
And
Instead of because I go around and I talk to a lot of them because I am the Cultures Champ. Kind of created the brand of being able to help you out and be that vigilante. So like I'm like the culture's vigilante. So like I go amongst, you know what I'm saying, the top dog. I can interact with them. I grew up knowing how to deal with them, but they didn't grow up knowing how to deal and respect the creators. Right. So I feel like me really tapping in and giving my all to that creative space will make people respect it.
That, and it's gonna, like I said, like it's gonna bridge the gap too and break those generational curses, and it's just gonna bring more unity. Because you know what, in the creative world, we are the most analytical people on the planet. So to have somebody that's a little bit more headstrong, that's a little bit more intuitive to what you're doing, is only gonna solidify being an entrepreneur, and being a creative is even more powerful than people make it seem.
Well, it really is, and they that's why they try to make it seem like it isn't, and that's why I dedicated like my whole entire being to that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I started the company Team Sport Creatives. So, because I know I was going to fall into creatives every day, like literally every day, because of Instagram, I need a new creative.
That's how we met. I mean, like I took a risk. That was my first risk. So I'm going to give y'all the backstory. I'm literally up, you know what I'm saying? I'm on Instagram. I'm knowing who this man is, but at the same time, you don't really know the field. So I wanted to see what kind of texture he could give off. But I was just like, I want to network. Boom, he like, we are networking. Boom, and now you see us here and we having a whole conversation. And what he's doing for creatives is phenomenal, for one, because what you're really doing is changing the narrative to something that never really existed. Like, they wanted to give it a title and they wanted to put it in a box and say, okay, you're a creative, you're an entrepreneur, but that ain't enough. So when you get a better idea or you come up with something more lucrative or marketable that will monetize, then you come back and we're going to put you in a box and put you inside.
So I figured out that trick. Instead of me always bringing something for you that you say is more marketable, I'm gonna figure out how to market whatever I believe in. If I believe in it, I'm gonna fucking stay up nights and long nights and figure out how to market. And then like me doing that for the first 10 ideas, now I got a brain on how to market anything.
Exactly.
And that's when I created Team Sport Creators, because now it's other creative people that I'm teaching this brain to, like this brain capacity on how to come up with new ideas and how to innovate on the spur. And you're already innovating in something, or you're an artist, you're a rapper, you're a photographer, you're a videographer,
or a journalist, like for that
journalist. Like,
they put everything in a box. You know what I'm saying? It make you feel incapable.
The marketing tool is being able to tell your story.
Yeah.
So you want to find different layers and different ways to tell your story. That's why fashion is so important to me, because it tells my story.
Yeah.
It tells you how my mind thinks.
And there's no limit to fashion.
There's no limit to anything that we do as a creator. Because that's what I like in my belief system. I believe every human being was here to create. That's why we get to have kids. That's why we get to create businesses. That's why we get to create everything, like story. You write stories in kindergarten.
It's like a vicious cycle.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's what I really focus on, and try to monetize that, like start a cult to monetize that. Before,
so what year did you realize, okay, I want to brand Team Sport? Like, when did that come to fruition for you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to make this is what I'm going to go off of.
When I first started hanging around Trina, when I first got around Trina, and I figured out like, oh shit, even big brands need creators.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, if I can start like an army of creators, then this could be like next wave.
Yeah.
Like future, like thinking like, and then I'm watching movies like Wolf on Wall Street.
Oh yeah, I love that.
He started that business with like lying to people because he couldn't back up what he was telling. But I'm like, I have ability to turn a penny stock into a Fortune 500 company with marketing.
Right. And with truth. And with passion.
Exactly.
All that.
And without being a Ponzi scheme. So that's kind of like push forward. And then me and other creators that somewhat get the vision, that we can have conversations that like, yo, why isn't there like an entity for all of us to pull from, like that just really believes in creating with no other motives, but with no
malice, no malicious intent.
Yeah.
You know what? And that's why a lot of creators are hesitant to reach out to other creators because of the malice and the malicious
because
intent.
the people that we want to help us aren't helping us, and that's what I tell a lot of my creators. Stop trying to like network across the room.
Exactly.
Network with the people with the passion, like the talent. You see the potential, or you see the work ethic. You see that they got it now, but nobody else paying attention.
Right.
That's where you go, because you're genius for breaking that.
Right.
It's like, that's what makes geniuses. That's what makes genius in fashion. I see a new kid cooking up some fashion. Hey, bro, I'm gonna pay you whatever that's worth, because you're not asking for what you know what it really worth until you like meet people like me, and that most people like me want you to think it's worth nothing, so I can go stun on everybody else and they can't get it. I don't gotta pay a lot. But like, nah, bro, let's make money together.
Exactly, make it reachable. And a lot of things is, you know, people make things seem like it's so much more harder. Like you have to be signed. You have to have somebody with a big investment company to make yourself, you know, be marketable and have a value. If you don't have value in your stuff, or if you don't even believe in it, then you can't bring it to fruition until you believe in it.
That's really what it's about, though. Like, if you have a product, being able to market it, Instagram and just the internet gives us the ability to do that ourselves. We just got to be consistent. Like, even right now, like, few people know who I am. A lot of people aren't fans of like my brand because it's like I do too much. You know what I'm saying? I hear that all the time. Like, people, oh, you the jack of all trades but a master of nothing.
That's because they don't know what's on the back end, and that's why whenever it pops out, you know what I'm saying, I think it's gonna shock the world, it's gonna shock the culture, and it's gonna bring people together and say, you know what, he did the inevitable.
And that's why I chose to make music as well, and that's why I chose the Cultures Champ. Like, I'm gonna withstand, I'm gonna have a belt at the end of it to show you. Like, I wasn't doing, like, the reason people don't know about me is not because I'm not talented. The reason people don't know about me is because I was really in the culture. Like, I had to get this story to be able to tell it, because I've been through so much. So it's like, what angle can I approach it? And like, just for you to understand it gotta have a sound to it. Yeah. So like, my music is just like a sound to my thoughts, and like the whole brand,
the whole vibration of it, the feel, you know what I'm saying, getting to understand. And when you're able to tap into yourself creatively too, like we talking about like your knowledge, right? Because you, like, to me, you like an encyclopedia. You know, those are like extinct at this point. You like the new age encyclopedia to the way of life, the way of thinking, healthy wise, mental wise, physical, spiritual, all of the above in your own way. So like, how do you transition that off into what you're doing? Because you're very knowledgeable about a lot of things that people are thinking, but they're afraid to say it out loud, and you're not.
Honestly, just living in the moment and like putting all this knowledge to the test, like applying it instead of just having it. But like, I've been battling knowing the wisdom, because 9 times out of 10 I always know it, but can't force like solutions on problems. Like certain problems you can't really force. It's gonna make things worse.
Yeah.
So sometimes you gotta step away, knowing like
everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Because when you try to force it, it's never gonna be. It's not gonna have any value to it. You're gonna look at it, you're gonna overanalyze it, and then guess what? You're never gonna put it out there. And I always tell people, as creatives, like even if you don't think it's good enough, put it out there, because we stare at our work so much and so often that we just.
I tell all the creators I work with now, consistent content is better than perfect content.
Exactly.
Because consistent content is going to end up being perfect. It's going to end up being, you're going to find a niche that you're going to perfect. As long as you're consistently putting out some type of content, you're going to know what to fix next time.
Right, exactly. So like, if you're looking at something, this goes for all of my creators out there that's listening to this interview right now. This is an educational and uplifting and an inspiring conversation, because he's changing the narrative with not just fashion, music, but just with his power of knowledge. And that's something that a lot of people doesn't have, and that's dominant in this community, and that's dominant in the culture, because the lack of history. Like, we weren't taught our history, we were taught their history.
That's another reason why I love being able to be a creative in this marketing, because that's one thing I teach all my clients. Like, we got to tell the history of this brand. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm so in culture with the history of everything that I'm into. It's all because I'm cultured. Like, I only drink gin most of the time because it's botanical and it's made out of plants, and I love weed. So it's all like, it's a reason for everything I do.
So it's more natural.
Most people don't understand because they're following trends and don't really know the reason behind it. So like, they can't really break down reasoning. But my whole thing is reasoning. If you give people a reason for something, they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
I gotta just give them a reason to.
And then have that reason be valid. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people don't have facts.
That's different markets. Like, even facts are facts to certain markets. So it's just like, that's marketability. Like,
but everything that you said, everything that you say, and we've had previous conversations, like, it's so deep, and it's so alluding to the topic. You know what I'm saying? You exude an energy that is undeniable, and that most creatives are afraid of. And it's like you in your own dimension.
I really am. But the beauty, that's why I love talking to creators, because we're going to paint the future. We can't do nothing about the past. But like I said, I really think a lot about how humans were just eating with their hands until a person of my energy said, let's make a fork.
Right.
Now, for millions of years, we had a fork and don't even know
where it came from.
Like, you get what I'm saying? It's just, you just know to have one. Like, it's even special forks for special events. That's how far we took it. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Like, so you got a salad fork, you got a dinner fork, like.
But we eat with our hands.
Exactly.
So it's like, I want to bring stuff like that to the world.
Yeah.
And tap into that through like the fashion, through like the music, through like the visual content. Like, that's just my way of practicing. Like, and reaching out to people so they can help me change the narrative on this world that we live in, because we really get to create it. Right. And like, literally, Donald Trump told us that he created a narrative, and it made him the president. And
now you're gonna change the narrative for creators like myself as well. Like me coming out and doing what I did. I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't as risque, but the first initial conversation that we had, my development now from that conversation in December to here we are like in January has changed drastically, and you're seeing it just bystander, you know what I'm saying? Because I've seen you watching me grow in just a matter of a month, or not even a full 30 days, and that right there, I feel like people should know, like, you're changing people's lives with just one interaction at a time, and it costs you nothing, and you don't want credit for it. You just want people to be great and be good at and be knowledgeable at the same time.
Because that's the biggest struggle. Like, when I was at a peak in college, like, made a lot of money in college, made a lot of money playing professional basketball. When I was the only person that was the it factor, and I was the only person with the money coming in. Like, I had best friends leave me to go scam.
Wow.
Instead of asking me for money, and like, I didn't even know how to give them money. I know how to create a business infrastructure to put them on salary and stuff. I do now because I really lost close friends to stuff like this. So it's like, that kind of tainted. I don't want the credit no more. Like, I want to give credit to the people around me. Like, I tell people all the time, I want to be able to exchange knowledge so somebody go make Forbes list. I got 25 friends on the Forbes list. I think I'm all right.
Right.
That's really who I am. Like, I don't attain for much, like, vanity. Because it just leads to like you're never satisfied. You always want a bigger house. Yep. It's a car that come out every 6 months. You're gonna want the new car.
Every time. Just like iPhone. Like, you're continually making the rich, and you're continually staying in the same spot that you complain about.
It's not even about rich. It's like, I'm continually trapped in somebody else's idea. That's my narrative. Like, I want to create ideas to trap people in. I'm tired of being trapped in somebody else. Like, iPhone is Steve Jobs' idea.
Yeah.
Like, this man is dead, and we still gonna go get the latest new iPhone.
He definitely is.
Like, nothing wrong with that. I got an iPhone, but I'm just saying, like, that's my motivation. Like, is to create something new for us to really enjoy.
To tap into.
And not even like I want to create something that nobody like. I can't even have a hater. It's so beautiful. You can't even have a hater.
Right.
Like, I embrace all the hate. I listen to it. I don't care about it, but I allow it to give me pain. So just I can create this invention that they can't. Nothing that you ever said. Like, my brain's a computer. Everything you ever hated about me, I even indulged and became it, even though it wasn't me, just so I can figure out the answers and the solution to it.
Yeah, because if you don't know what pain feels like, you don't know how to overcome it. You don't know how to channel that.
Like, literally, my whole life is nothing but pain that you can't control. Like, my dad died before I turned 2 years old. By 7, I watched my mother give birth to a stillborn. By 10, I watched my mother have a nervous breakdown. Like, talk about pain that you can't
do nothing about. Like, you want to help, but you don't even know how to help, and you can't help because you don't have the resources.
So longer, and then that's how I got so good at sports and other outlets to be able to create my future.
Right.
Like, with being holding the basketball, I could do this so good. I can create a future. So, like,
and show people that it's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Especially at my height. Like,
yeah, I still want a one-on-one though, cause I seen you talking that, I seen you playing on Instagram.
Hey, I play every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, right down the street.
I'm scared that I probably got to get a little bit more exercise in, but
that's part of
that workout. We can get that workout in, but yeah, you played basketball, you did the football thing, and you've been into it. Like that's also stimulating to the mental too, because when you're doing something physical, it's strengthening your mental, and I think that you're one of the strongest people that I've talked to in this bracket that we're in.
Honestly, I really give a lot of credit to that, to like sports and like the sports coaches that I had who saw potential in me and like forced me to like buy into pushing past the threshold instead of giving up. Cause like it had to be their teaching, cause a lot of people get taught badly and they rather give up instead of like tap into themselves to push past the threshold.
Right.
So I had guidance along the way. My parents, my mother, my grandmother, my aunts, like that showed me love.
Right.
And then like with that love, I know I can get through anything. I can figure I ain't dumb.
The soft sides.
Like but like also that sometimes that was kind of paralyzing because he doesn't want you to aspire too much because everything's okay. But in my mind, it's not, because I want to create a future that we don't have right now. So it's not okay.
So futuristic. I like the narrative that you're going by, like creating for the future, not just creating for the now. You're not complacent with where we are right now. You want to branch it off and expand it to make this history. And it's not something that's going to be able to be repeated. It's not going to be duplicated because there is only one you. And a person who has a mind like a computer, like that's like a data-driven person. Like, so if you're data-driven, you're going to see numbers far-fetched, you know what I'm saying? Numbers that people don't even know how to calculate right now. And that's what somebody who has a mind like you, it's hard to like break it down. But there is no such thing as breaking it down. It's like science.
And that's why I love these conversations. And that's why I make every conversation so deep, because now it translates. Like I talk to people's ancestors because I got them in their feelings and they're just doing like natural instincts type of things because they can't outthink me and they can't. So
they're trying to compete. They're trying to catch up and they can't. And they're trying to figure out why they can't. And that's what draws the conversation in more. And that's where it gets even more deeper.
And that's how it breaks down. And that's why it's so deep, because it makes everybody else, I get to really get their truth.
Yeah. And feel their energy too.
The truth of it, like the true energy, not the energy that they trying to give off.
Yeah, the real truth.
I poke at that to see who you really are.
Yeah. And you know what? The fact that you're able to do that though and pull it out, like that's like you got psychologists, you got people that can't even tap into somebody's mental, and that's what they get paid for. But for you to have a connection with somebody, just being in their energy and then being in their space and being able to dissect what's real and what's not.
That's a part about knowing self. Like you can't go to school to learn yourself.
No,
these psychologists went to school, they learned the protocol. I know self. So when I know self, I know anybody that's outside of themselves.
Yeah.
When you're outside of yourself, I see it because that's how much of myself I know, and I'm learning more of myself every day.
The more you spend by yourself, you fall in love with yourself. The more you take time to like be able to say, you know what, I'm okay with things not always being okay. You know, so having that reflection of looking in the mirror and looking back at yourself every single day, you're learning, you're growing, and then you're falling in love with yourself.
That's what I tell people. Like, I done faced fears before I was fearless. I done had fear, and that's why I became fearless. Everything I ever feared that I had to face, I got to look in the mirror afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you got through that.
You made it.
Everybody around me always changed. Like, it hasn't been one person since I've been born that been there every time I had to go through something. The only one person was me.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I can get through anything. None of this shit matters. Like,
most of the time, you know what, people, they say, call me when anything. If you need anything, call me, I'm there. And they're never there. And then, you know, when you're able to get over it, it's like they're amazed that you didn't need them. And they wanted that validation. That's why they put it out there to you, like, oh, whenever you're going through or whenever you need this, hit me up. No. And I'm glad that you were able to redirect that back to you, back to self. Self-love is so, like, just not something that is a topic of a conversation that a lot of people are okay with having because they are not okay at the person that they see when they look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So when you have conversations like this, like the conversation that we had, it made me go back and take a step back and say, who are you? And what are you really trying to become? Are you trying to become something of the norm, or are you trying to become something of your own, and that's outside of the norm, and that's gonna make people look at you like, what makes you so different? Everything about me is different. So that's what I got from the conversation. That's why, like, you changed the whole narrative for the Art of Noise too. And then to sit here and you rocking your clothes, my clothes, and it's like unapologetic. It's like, hey, I'm gonna do this because this is what I represent anyway. So why not? So you wearing your truth.
exactly. That's what I say. I get to tell it. Like, my music is my truth.
Yeah.
The way I dress is my truth. That's what it is. It's, like you said, it's my denim company. Well, it's my homies. But me and him work on it together. Dark liquor denim. Your shirt, I told you I really love this shirt. I wasn't playing.
And I'm glad you do it. And it look good. I'm like, yo, how you make my clothes look better on you?
These sneakers are made by Tyler, the Creator. So he's like an inspiration because he does so much. He was able to control his narrative until he got to the money. He didn't wait on somebody else to market him. He had a group of creatives and found out how to market themselves. So, like, I pay attention to that a lot. I pay a lot of homage to that because I'd rather spend money on this than Gucci.
Exactly. I'd rather wear, like I was telling somebody last night, I want to support more of us. Like, people that look like me, I want to wear their clothes. I want to put
I don't even look like me. Like, if I know your story, like, you don't even have to look like me. Like, it's a class, like, me, in my mind, it's a class problem in the world. It's not a race problem. Because, like, I could take you some places where it's white people that's fucked up on meth. Like, it's trailer trash. Trailer park trash is equivalent. They struggling just like us. Like, they keeping them down just how they keeping them down. Like, that's the poor that's making the rich rich. Like, it's only 1% of rich. It's not a lot of people.
Right, and they're not
even
happy.
It's not a lot of people.
So let me rephrase it though. So, like, when I say people that look like me, I mean like-minded people. Because I can look at you and not even expect you to say the things that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the inside. You know what I'm saying? Something that we all have in common. Everybody got a heart. Everybody got organs. Our blood is the same. We just bleed differently. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say people that look like me. I need people that look like me, that think like me, that move like me. And that don't look like me, that don't move like me. Because at some point or another, we're going to align up and we're going to be right here. We're going to be in the same space. And 90% of people that are rich or that have the money to do everything, they do nothing with it, and they're the most unhappiest people. They're very unhappy. Why? Because they have no drive. The drive is gone. Once you start doing stuff because of money, you lose the passion. And once you lost the passion, it's like, what's next? Like you said, they're going to go look for the next new thing, like a new house, instead of
to validate it.
Exactly, but instead of taking a screwdriver or, you know, a hammer or a nail and just, you know, putting it back together, I'm just going to buy a whole brand new one and start over. So they're just continuously resetting their life and not getting any results. It's not true. It's not real time. It's false. And that's what I like about you, that you're so real and so organic, and it's so natural to the point where, like, having a conversation with you is like a book, a audio book, like, without it even being on paper.
Man, it's just like I just embrace my story, and I know that we're in control of the narrative. So I'm very mindful of, like, the words I use. I'm very mindful of, like I told you, I'm practicing wisdom more. So, like, I had so much knowledge trying to force it on everybody. Now, like, being able to observe somebody and tell them what they need, it's more valuable.
Yeah, because you're teaching them also at the same time. Like, I'm going to give you this information and not leave you high and dry. I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to show you.
Because you're teaching me. Like, I know myself so much. I'm so, in my perspective, I'm such a master of my perspective. I only know my perspective. Like, my perspective can't be tainted. But when you speak to me, I can now learn and observe another perspective.
Right.
So, like, you're teaching me because, like, all I know is my shit.
Right.
Like, everything's coming from within. Because every time I ever tried to hold on to something, it got snatched away. Every time. Because it's in this world already.
Yeah, people, when we put things out there, like,
it's in the world already. So,
but
like,
we do that. We've
it
all
can get
made
snatched
that
away.
mistake.
It can get snatched away, no matter what it is, no matter who it is. It can always get snatched away because it's in this world already.
Yeah, we've all made that mistake of what's in the world versus what we want to put out in the world, and have things being taken away from us. And sometimes some people, it defeats them. I take it as a challenge, and my mindset of it is, if it don't challenge you, it won't change you. And I fear what I don't know, because if I don't know it,
I've been through so much shit. It ain't even a challenge at this point. At this point, it's like, all right, what do I have to change up? Like, I'm gonna keep going. What do I have to focus? Like, it's just like, it's focus. It makes me focus on something. Like, I'm immaculate. I know I'm limitless. So, like, I will focus on nothing. I can procrastinate because I'm so limitless. But when something happens, it forces, like, it's like a GPS.
right.
To, like, all right, this is what you got to work on right now in this moment.
So you just rerouting, basically.
All the time. Like, I'm like a GPS. That always recalculates to successes. That's what you want to call it. I call it peace and happiness. Like, my GPS is locked on peace and happiness. And, like, dope shit along the way.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Like, I'm gonna create fly dope shit along the way.
No matter what nobody think about it.
I don't give two shit what you think about it. Because long as there's one person out there that I can change their life, the people that got something negative to say, when my intentions is nothing but, I want abundance is attainable to us all. I made that phrase because that's really who I am. Like, it's too much of everything for everybody.
And there's so much opportunity for everybody to eat, win, and
But
do what they
people are
want.
giving up.
Why do you think that? Why is that a big thing though?
Because they think it's not enough. They think, oh shit, he got it all. It's like, bro, I'm about to try to be a millionaire, right? Let's say he make $1 million when he's 16. I might give up at 20. Because I knew him when I was 16.
Or like you say, you lose
And in
friends.
my story, that's what I'm saying, they losing friends because they jealous. Like, it's
envious.
resentment. And they gotta walk away.
Yeah.
But if we stay down, nigga, you 16, I make $1 million when I'm 17. If everybody really down for each other, everybody could be a millionaire literally 6 months at a time.
Exactly. If you take those people though, and you show them how to make the bags.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you can't be the nigga. You gotta live. If everybody gives everybody all the knowledge all the time, bro, you'll make millionaires 6 months at a time. I'm telling you this because this is what Team Sport is about to be in.
I think that's what it already is. The world just haven't seen it yet.
Exactly. No. It haven't seen. So in this, if they ain't seen it, it ain't happened.
It's happened. They just not aware yet though.
So we gonna make it happen in front of. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna make it happen. The shit that happened already. I don't even want credit for that. I want credit for the shit that's gonna happen in front of them.
Right.
They have to got no magic. I don't know magic. Like you said, I did this shit already.
Yeah.
So to y'all it's magic, but like Steph Curry, you make these shots all the time in practice.
Effortlessly.
People go crazy when they see him do it.
Yeah. Like he has never did it before. All the time. Like oh my God, it's the first time he's ever made a 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But I'm excited for Team Sport to come out. Shit, I mean, you know, I already want to cop some stuff anyway.
Last year, Team Sport had the #1 record in the history of music. The co-founder of Team Sport.
Nobody knew that though.
The co-founder of Team Sport was a writer on Old Town Road.
Didn't know that though. But it's only gonna get bigger because you're gonna continue to create, right? So like, what's the visions that you want to utilize with having this interview and more to come after this? You know what I'm saying? Like, to
It's like
build.
always been a platform for like true and honest creatives. Team Sport Membership Club, where people like will be able to like
Sign up,
be a member, and like come to cool stuff, shop at cool places. Like you go to restaurants that we partner up with, you'll be able to get secret Team Sport menus.
have that experience.
Yeah. When
nobody else is giving it to them. So
exactly.
I like that. That's like, again, like, I'm gonna keep saying it because I've been saying it before we had this conversation about bridging these gaps and closing this stuff and just coming together and giving people opportunities that they never thought that they would be valuable enough to even experience. And having a membership to something like that can build somebody's confidence up. Instead of tearing them down. It's like, okay, so I'm not rich and I'm not famous and I'm not this, but I'm a part of a membership that allows me to.
It's like, as a car, let's break a car down into like percentages. Not even every car piece, just car piece that we can think of. It's up to 100%. They say the engine's 50%. The tires 20%. We got 70. The windshield's 10%. The spark plugs 2%. Oh yeah. Well, let's say the rest of the body of the car is the rest of the remaining. Do you not know that whole car won't go nowhere if the 2% not working?
Man, never really thought about it like that.
Like if you the 2%, nigga, embrace it. Cause nigga, you're just as important as the motherfucking 50%. The 50% is the 50% cause they gotta do more, nigga. You gotta pull the whole shit. They gotta, you know what I'm saying? Gotta do more. It's just built to do more. But if you got 2%, bro, this whole shit is shut down. If your spark plug don't work in your car, bro, you ain't going nowhere. I don't give a fuck if you got a V18 engine. I don't care if you have the best engine, handmade, built engine in the world. If that spark plug don't work, guess what?
That car ain't going nowhere.
The cranker don't work. The starter don't work, my nigga. Just the starter, bro. If the starter don't...
So you the starter. So look, I'm gonna say you the 2% to team sport. You the 2% to changing the culture. You the 2% to moving the needle, and also changing the narrative in your own way.
I'm the 90% because I'm that nigga, but I always felt I embraced that 2%, and like, I know like I'm the engine, but I know I need you, bro. And I'm not gonna let no. I'm the engine, and I know I need you. These other cars and other people go talk all this shit about me. Bro, stay focused. If they talking about me and you focus with me, we gonna be good forever.
Right. That's that integrity.
I know I need you, bro. And I'm gonna always let you know that I need you, cause I really fucking do. If you don't work, I don't have no value.
Yeah, that's deep. I wish everybody could think like that.
I'm just patting myself on the back instead of like even
About
expecting people to think like that. You genius, brother. And it comes with people not understanding you. Like when I'm making certain sacrifices that people don't understand for this person that has nothing, and I give this person that has nothing a little bit of something instead of feeding the ego of somebody that has something. When I make that decision, like our friendship might be jeopardized.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
You're real conscious.
And this person might even run off on me because it might be all a scam.
Right. Pretending to not know. Pretending to be unaware just to get
at least
that.
I gave him that bridge to burn instead of later and he round the table with his millions and it's real big other stuff going on. I'd rather bite that bullet now. And if I lose you, I'd rather bite that bullet and lose you too now. Because I know who I am. Like,
and that's
I'm not in a rush.
That's why I like that you are not afraid to talk. You're not afraid to talk about it. You're not afraid to post about it. Your failures. And I see a lot of people who don't post their failures, but without them, then what is your success?
That's why I'm changing the narrative. That's why people are so like, oh, he's great because he did all the right things. I could never be great. Like that person that I'm looking up to, he did all the right things. He hired the right manager. There were nobody 10 managers that stole from him. He hired that management company. They work. I could never hire them. Like the narrative, like I said, because the failures are not public and everybody's so secretive.
Yeah.
People feel like.
And they feel
exposed.
Have to
be great. They feel like they have to be perfect.
Yeah.
And like, bro, I don't care how big my platform get. I'm never trying to be perfect. Like, I'm always just trying to be me. If I lose fans, that's fine. Like, you're gonna lose people. I'm not trying to change the algorithm on living life. This is the algorithm that is in place. I just want to change the algorithm so I'm always be able to be happy. Or when I'm embrace pain, I know exactly what that pain coming from. I know why I'm thinking a certain way that's causing it.
It's not know how to get out of it too.
Because I know how I'm causing it. It's not. You can never get out of it if I blame you for my pain.
Right.
If I know how I'm thinking and what way I'm thinking, my line of thinking, I can fix that and not hurt anymore. Without doing self-sabotaging shit to figure it out.
That's a big thing too. People self-sabotage all the time and then say they want to blame it on that person who didn't know the truth and say, oh, you outed me or you exposed me, when in reality it was already there. It's just that nobody took the time to actually look inside of it because you were pretending. And because you're so authentic with it, I feel like it's going to reach so many more people. And whoever's watching and whoever is listening to this, just understand that you control everything about your success. You control everything about your health, your mental state, and anything that you want is reachable as long as you're alive, as long as you have breath in your body. And you heard it here first, man. Like I said, it's crazy that we have to have conversations like this more often than not for people to really tap in. I feel like it should be something that's consistently happening because Some people are really just out of the loop because they just don't know how to get in it. They don't know themselves enough to get out of the way of their own self, if that makes sense. So some people get in the way of their own happiness, their own success, by not being aware of who they are.
I say the first step is, I know who I am, but I don't have it figured out. You have to understand that. So you constantly want knowledge, and you constantly like open-minded. A lot of people are miserable because they think they have the formula to happiness. If you thought you had the formula to happiness, you would be happy. You're not happy, so embrace the fact like, damn, I really don't have this formula for the happiness that I want. What can I learn? And now you have to pay attention because you don't know how this knowledge is going to come. Like, it might come from the way the trees grow. You might learn something profound that could change your life by the way this bush grow. And it's crazy because there's so many trees in the world, but this bush growing right here in front of me for a reason.
Yeah,
That's
and it don't have to take a long time either.
It don't. It just, when are you willing to really say, I want to evolve over than being comfortable?
And sacrifice. Just sacrifices that people aren't willing to make because they're not risky enough. Like you said, you are risky because you are okay with everything that you're doing. You completely.
Like I said, more of my story, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
My dad died when he was 18. So my whole life growing up, I just knew at 18 I was going to die too. So now I'm able to take more risk because I feel like this borrowed time anyway.
Like you
And
ain't.
that's like
So
every day I wake up.
every day you
wake
at
up
your final
expecting that.
destination.
So every day I wake up expecting this.
Dang.
That's why I give it my all. Like every day, I'm gonna tell you how I really feel right now in this moment to you. Till I get so real, you gotta leave. But I know you know exactly how I feel. So if I die in my mind for real, I'm not supposed to be here. So all this shit is
So you feel like you just cheated death, and
Yes.
every day is just another day,
Not real shit.
and you live in it. But you know how vulnerable something like that is to tell somebody. And yeah, I see it in your eyes and everything. But the most thing is, I see the truth behind it. Like, this ain't fiction. This is real. This is so. It's not a supernatural. This is surreal because it's a moment that even if, let's say, tomorrow is my last day. You know what I'm saying? No day is guaranteed. We all cheated every single day. So why not? You know what I'm saying? But people are afraid to think like that.
Nah, bro, 'cause I can't be 10 years if I coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
Can't go 10 days if I coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Gotta do it every day.
Like, but I go to the Hard Rock and lose almost every, like, I win big or I lose everything I go there with.
Yeah.
That's why I know not to go with everything that I can't lose.
Yeah, it's easy to go hard or go home, for real. But home ain't just, hear it, like you said. It
Home
could be,
is a peaceful state of your mind where you know it's going to be okay.
yeah.
Where you know it's going to be okay. Wherever you got to go to know it's going to be okay, I advise everybody to go.
That's why I stopped taking my L's in silence and I started like showcasing it because I want people to know like, yo, this ain't easy. I make it look easy because I choose to not give up. I choose because why I choose, like you just said, I didn't think of it in that way, but I could die tomorrow. So if I just give up this one day and then tomorrow I don't have another opportunity to try, then I don't have a legacy. I don't have nothing that people are going to talk about when I'm gone. So, those are really deep things to have. And then to have the love from your mother, though, that taught you and showed you love, that's another thing that teaches us how to love ourselves, too. Because you got to have somebody to show it to you. Those people that are out there lost.
Especially, like, and I appreciate my mother so much. Because I see, like, the mothers that didn't show their kids that love. I see, like,
how it affects them.
Yeah, I see the decisions how they make decisions in their life.
So do you believe like the mommy and daddy issues when you say stuff like that, like people who didn't receive that love from the parents?
No, for sure. I mean, I don't believe in it. I observed it. I don't believe in it because I know we can do better. So,
yeah.
But I observe people that suffer from that for sure.
That's crazy. To know love, though, is to know self. I mean, your parents can give you everything that they got. That don't mean that you're going to love yourself. And again, self-reflecting is also a big thing. Like, you have to really be okay with who you are first. Because you can't go out into the world if you're not okay with who you are because there's so much hate out there. There's so many people that are going to ridicule you. There are so many people that are going to judge you. It doesn't matter if you could be a blank canvas. You could have on absolutely nothing.
And the fact that you... Think about it. I might post the perfect picture. Somebody will say something bad about it on Instagram. So when I post my failures, what do you think they're gonna say? And that's why people are afraid to post them. Cause like, and then especially when you post your failures and somebody that can help you has it, now they're gonna think like, oh,
it's like sympathy and all that.
Yeah, like nah, that's your fucking conscience. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's eating them up.
Yeah, like don't
blame me because I just posted my honest feelings. I ain't saying I'm about to give up. This is over for me. Nah, but this shit hurts. Whatever I'm going, it hurts.
I feel it like when I post my failures, it's just so that I know that they exist.
And not only me, I know I got a platform, so I know if I can post my failures, I know at least one of my followers went through it, and then 10 more other followers. So I'm touching 11 people every time I post one of my failures. At least 11 people. One person that got the exact same story that I posted about, or the 10 people that can flip what I said to what they just went through.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you based off your story. About like your dad and 18, like hell, I was supposed to be going, and that's the case in 2012. You know what I'm saying? But I had to make a conscious decision, and I had to realize, okay, let me take a step. I had my own out of body experience about me, and that's a lot of people do not admit. Like that's why when I post my failures, I look at that shit as that's the most rewarding part of my success is when I took those L's, because the more L's I take, the more successful I am. Why? Because I'm rich in spirit. Ain't no amount of money that can tell me that any different. And I said that, I think I said that to you when I DM'd you. I said, I'm going to make sure, the art noise, and y'all mark my words, I'm going to make sure that people not only hear you, but they feel you. And if it's for you, you will receive it. If it's not for you, you going to at least leave the conversation with a different mindset. And at the end of the day, again, this is the most in-depth interview I've ever had with somebody, but the most conscious one. Because not everybody is conscious. Not everybody is aware. Not everybody is lucid. They're all delusional, living into a dream that they'll probably never reach because they don't know who they are.
That's why the society is set up for you to give you your idea of yourself. Instead of you creating your idea of yourself. They give you your idea of yourself. You chasing it.
Yeah. You gotta chase your own identity. You have to become your own identity.
Because they gave it to you.
Yeah. But not only because they gave it to you, but you just gotta learn that, okay, now I got it, so what am I gonna do with it? It's like the recipe.
So
if I got all these...
But still, look, you still took it.
Yeah.
It works if you take your identity.
Heck
Once they got it, it's over.
Oh, it's past over, but you gotta know the recipe of what makes you you. I got to know that if I take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a lot more of this, and put it into a pot, and I can look in it, I'm gonna taste it. That's me. You know, I'm a different texture, and that's how I look at it. So my texture might be a little bit rough for some people, but I don't care if you don't like it. Just keep watching. Keep watching. Everything manifests, because everything is going to manifest no matter what. Bad, good, the ugly, it's all going to manifest until that one day when it's too late. And you know when? When we don't have another 24 hours. So, that part of it is lit, and I appreciate you for even opening up and just, clarifying and giving more clarity to really who Raymond Taylor is. Not Raymond Taylor, the artist. Not this public figure, not this designer, but a man who has identified himself as, I'm more than my flesh. And being that you can do something like that, that's something that nobody could ever taint. So no matter what, you're just always going to be you. And I don't think...
That's why I get a lot of tattoos. First of all, I'm okay with pain. But then it's like hieroglyphics. So really deep thoughts that are the paradigms. Mm-hmm. I tat them.
And I tat my life. I tell people, so my tattoos are my story. And you see how full and complete yours is? No, I probably haven't been through as much of yours, but some of the stuff I had to look back and say, this is who the hell you are. And now that I know who I am, that's why I was like, I just made a post like, yo, I'm gonna document my story on my body, so that when you come in contact with me, you pretty much, if you're with me or around me for the right intent, then you're gonna know me. That's the energy that I'm gonna give off anyway, because I'm wearing it.
So I said it's like hieroglyphics to
exactly.
my life. It's literally life hieroglyphics.
That's why I don't get anything that don't represent me. I want my body is my canvas. You know what I'm saying? And that's my temple, and that's what I'm gonna do. One day, you know what I'm saying? I hope that you change this narrative and make this a book, because I want a signed copy. I want to put one in the house and be like, you know what? I was there when it was just manifesting. Now it's out in some words, you know what I'm saying, to reach and to get back to people who probably just really need to rehear it over and over again, because people read books that make sense to them over and over again to make it a logic, and that's just what it is for some people. But I can't wait till it become a book, and I also can't wait for the 17th for this Donald Trump situation to happen, because that already is like ready for preload, download. I can't wait to have it on the track, you know, wait to have it on my phone and all these digital platforms that you put it out. Are you, and what are you anticipating from that?
No, really, I'm just trying to build my fan base for music. I got fans that hit me up for clothes. I got people that hit me up to like give to their spirit. Now I'm a creative, so I'm about to start my music journey and give them the content.
That'd be crazy.
But at the same time, be a platform. Like the bigger I get, the more artists that I can put on. You feel me? But I have to be a huge artist to be able to put an artist on. I can't be an okay artist.
Not really though, because you gotta have like you just gotta be conscious. You can put anybody on. It's just
no. I mean like be able to put them in like everything they want. Like not just put them on mentally. I know when I put them on mentally to be able to get everything they want.
Yeah.
But I want to be able to actually like. If they want to be a rapper, I could just literally be so big of a rapper. Once I know you get it mentally, I'm gonna get on your song, and that's gonna make you rich forever. Like you get what I'm saying?
Right.
But I have to be a great musician to do that. You can't do that being an okay musician.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying?
But at least you can say that too. Like a lot of people don't own up to it because a lot of people already think they're the greatest.
Oh no,
you know
bro. I don't want to do nothing that I'm already like. You can ask me. That's why I changed from football to basketball. Like once I'm the greatest at it, I'm doing something else.
Yeah, because once you master it, it becomes boring. You know what I'm saying?
Not even boring. It's just I feel like I'm cheating myself. Like, cause like you live a great like. Let's say I make a lot of money doing something. I got all this money, but I don't gotta do shit for it. It's like I feel bad. I want to work. Like long as I can, I want to work.
As long as you got air in your body.
That's what I'm saying, bro. As long as I can, I want to be able to go out there and get my hands dirty. Like do some type of frontline work. Like I want to be able to do I want to do this stuff. I don't just want to go to the stuff like, nah, I wanted just the money so I go shopping. Like I want that too, but I want this to know this why I can go shopping and nobody can't tell me nothing. Cause when I was doing all this, you could have been over there with the camera, you could have been doing something so you could go shopping with me. Those people just going shopping with me.
So we can all eat.
I don't feel bad spending money with y'all. The people that just hit me up when they want to go shopping but they want to do this, y'all make me weird. Y'all make me feel weird. That's weird to me.
It's uncomfortable kind of sort of.
Cause I don't know how to do that. Like I don't want nothing from you if I ain't did nothing for you.
That part. But see, again, that's why that integrity that you got, man, it's mind blowing to sit and have this type of conversation. Because I'm gonna tell you, I'm glad that you took this interview because now I can say I was a part of his narrative at some point. I was a part of what he was building. Sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm very careful. I don't even have a manager at this point, but I'm very careful on the interviews I take because I won't just give anybody my narrative who just, like I said, I go through a lot. I've been through a lot. My life is lit, so it's all type of subjects that if you had ill intent, you would touch on. Yeah. So like I'm very observant on what your intentions are, and I'm reading energy to see what you want. Nothing but the truth. To end this part of this piece, because we definitely coming back with a part 2. Y'all think this is it? You have no idea. So out of all ways, I mean, you got a lot of up and coming bloggers or up and coming journalists that do what I do. You reached out, and a lot of people probably just think so. Like you said, like think about your narrative. You said I took a chance by hitting you up. A lot of people it's a lot of up and coming bloggers that don't want to take that chance. And I remember you saying something specific. You said you responded to me because of my name. The name of my business. It got my attention. Like Art of Noise, like that's one of my favorite songs. Moments of Love. And you know, people told me a lot of times, and this is why it's so funny that we had the whole breakdown of the conversation, is that people was like, don't use that name. That name sounds stupid. And then here it is. I finally took a risk, a chance, and somebody wanted to network with me because of my name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's crazy. Stay true to your story. And it's like I said, it's gonna be more people saying change your name than keep that name. But you gotta know self. That's why if you don't know self, you're in a whirlpool and years go by before you know it. Because you might listen to the person that says something and it just happened. Like people hit the lottery every day. Yeah, every day. So you could have hit the lottery. Now you think you know what you're talking about. Yeah, pretty much. People read books and be like, oh, I'm an educator. You know what I'm saying? So where can people like find this music? I know you got the song and some songs on SoundCloud. I got a couple songs hitting on SoundCloud right now under Team Sport Creators. So if you go to Team Sport Creators, you'll find some songs. I'm about to put like a couple singles out under RT2, which is my musician name. My rap name is RT2. I'm about to put some songs out. I'm about to make a new SoundCloud and drop some singles out on there. Cause I got a whole bunch of music. Got the one project done, and then I'm not gonna put out another project that's probably like an official album. That's lit. So I hope that the Art Noise be around for that. You know, I wanna continue to build with you and to show people that you can just build with genuine people as long as your intentions is the same as theirs. You can really go places, and just by having a conversation. It all starts with having a conversation. And if you don't have a conversation, then you'll never know what happens. And I'm glad that we had the conversation. I'm glad that this took place, and I can't wait. But y'all understand something. Part 2 is definitely coming, man. Listen to his music, man. Follow him on Instagram, Raymond Taylor 2. That's TOO, man. And just stay tapped in, man. The Art Noise, man. We live, we live, we in Miami Gardens, man. At the Blue House, man. You already know what it is. With Raymond Taylor at his finest. Peace.
I feel like I'm trying. Funny, they say I run the game. It's funny, they say I run the game. I feel like I'm trying. Funny, they say I run the game.